Eskimo just released their brand new ice fishing gear for the 2022-2023 ice fishing season, and today we're going to go through everything that they launched. It's over 40 brand new products. I will link this and the top 5 items that I'm most excited about down in the description below. The first 2 products that they got here are the Wide One Thermal and the Wide One XR Thermal. So I looked at these. They look very interesting to me. I'm potentially looking at getting a new one-man this year. What's unique and different about these is how wide they are. So I'll try to pull up a picture here so you can see. This is a good photo. So this is the Wide One Thermal. Both the Wide One Thermal and the Wide One XR Thermal have the same insulation. Essentially, the biggest difference is how wide it is. So this one you can see based off of his legs there how wide that sled is. And then you'll see the brackets go out on the sides. And then the front bar, you can see there's a little part there that you can actually expand. That's what gives you that extra width in the shack. I know I've got an Otter XT Hideout right now, one man, that I absolutely love. And one of the challenges in it is it's so skinny. If I'm trying to use live scope and have a jigging hole and a dead stick hole, that basically fills up my whole width of the shack. So it's harder to get in and out of that front door. This, I believe, will help solve for some of that because you have that wider footprint in the front of the shack. It's not as tall as the clam shacks that they just announced a week back. I'll link that video at the end of this video and down in the description if you want to see what Clam came out with. They came out with some that have that extra tall door. This doesn't have that extra height, but it has the extra width. So I like how there's, depending on what you need, a shack specifically for you. They've got the pocket inside of it. They've got one of those mesh seats. These are actually comfortable mesh seats. I know some of them aren't comfortable. Eskimo has some of the most comfortable ones that are out there. So that's the Wide One Thermal. It has 14.8 square feet of fishable area in this one based off of the width that you get out of it. Now, the second one, the Wide One XR Thermal, is extra wide. So this one right here, what you're going to see is 17.5 square feet of fishable area. So if we pop these photos open here, you can see how much wider it is inside of there. You could easily fit 4 holes, maybe even 5 8-inch holes across, which is super exciting. And you can see here the way he's sitting in there, it's a little bit wider of a base, and then it goes extra wide on that front brace. This is really interesting to me. The way that I would use it would be kind of like what you're seeing in the picture here. He's got either a live scope or a Panoptic system right there going down the hole, and he can still use a hole on either side of that. 2 other really cool features about these shacks is the windbreak mode. So I know I've tried doing this with my Otter, and I've actually bent a pole trying to do this, but this is specifically built for a windbreak mode where you can flip it up, straight up, so that you get that windbreak from your back. And if you lean back in your chair a little bit, you get the windbreak from the sides of it. That is great to see. And zippered window covers. I haven't seen this from anybody else. So this is truly new, where they've got the Velcro windows, so they're replaceable. You can open them up. But then the window covers are usually just a flap with some Velcro. These ones actually feature that zipper to seal off the entire window from all that light coming in, and technically airflow sneaking in and out of there too. All right, they've got the QuickFish 3i Limited next. So the QuickFish 3i has been out for a little while now, but this is the limited edition. It's that new buffalo plaid finish that they've started launching over the last couple of years on some of their feature shacks. So you get that cool new look to it. It's the same great shelter though. And then they've got a 52-inch travel cover. This guy right here is 300 denier fabric elastic band, so a really good cover. Highly recommend the covers on any brand that you have. This really does a good job when you're pulling it like in the picture here behind something, not getting that snow and slush in there. You don't want to get all your gear dirty, and trust me, it is a pain when it's slushy, getting in there, halfway melting once you flip it up. Next, we've got some clothing stuff. So men's Scout pants, women's Scout pants in the jackets. So the Scout line of gear that they have is you're more lighter weight. It's still going to keep you warm, but it's intended for mobility and being able to move around, stay warm, in and out of a shack, hole hopping, that type of thing. So it's not your super heavy duty, super warm gear. but it also does still have that flotation. I think they have a patented one here. What do they call it? Uplift, breathable flotation assistance, which has some insulation value to it as well. So these are float suits, which is great. Again, they've got the men's pants, the women's pants, and then a jacket for each of them. They also have the keeper line. So keeper bibs for men and women and jacket for men and women. These are a warmer bib and jacket setup here. We can see here that they have the 80 grams of 3M Thinsulate. The previous ones we were talking about have half of that at 40 grams of Thinsulate. So this is your heavier duty. You can see the full chested bibs here. Then, of course, they have the Youth Keeper bibs and jacket as well, which is nice to see the youth line in there. And then the men's Superior barrier bib. So this is new. They've got this new line of gear called their Superior line. It's called the Superior system, actually. And essentially the way that it's meant to be is modular. So you can buy the bibs that you want. You can have just a lighter jacket on. You can have your over jacket on. So it's intended to be modular. So they have the men's barrier bibs, which you can see go up to the chest area on it. They've got the barrier pants if you want those as well. And then if we keep going, they've got more. They've got the women's barrier pants, the men's Superior insulator pants. So these are like a base layer type pant. Same thing for women. Then they have the barrier jacket for men, and they actually have a barrier insulator jacket as well. So this is like your base layer. This is your over layer. You can wear them separately. You can wear them together for that extra heat. I think I was reading and it says like, they're rated for -45 or something like that, -45 degrees Fahrenheit if you use the insulator jacket in addition to the barrier jacket, which is pretty impressive. They've also launched some new pants here. So they've got the men's North Shore pants, women's North Shore pants, and then they've got some vests, some hoodies. I really like this buffalo plaid hoodie that they have here, the red performance hoodie, ugly Fishmas sweater. That is awesome. I did not know that they had an ugly sweater, but hey, new this year, $34.99. You can get it yourself. Then they have some base layers. This looks like a men's and women's mid-weight base layer shirt and base layer pants. Some Glomitts. So these are the ones that have the gloves inside and the mitt on the outside, which is great. They've got the Lockout Flex gloves. So this is your lighter glove that keeps that dexterity with your fingers going, which is great. The reflective Pom Hat is pretty cool. You can see it's red with reflective, and at night with the light reflecting off of it, you can still see the Eskimo logo in the stripes for night visibility. That's actually a pretty cool idea. Pretty slick looking hat. Gray patch cap and the Legacy adjustable snapback. So that's what Eskimo launched for the 2022-2023 ice season. Hopefully you're as excited as I am about the upcoming ice season. Check out the links down below for the 5 items that I'm most excited about that we went through today. And if you haven't seen the clam or otter videos, please check those out right here on the screen. And until next time, take it easy.